Good afternoon, everybody. It's Sunday. I look like a train wreck. And it's very late in the day. What time even is it? Is there a clock in this room? It is coming up to 3:30. That is where we're at today, lads. If you didn't watch yesterday's vlog last night, me and Chris were on independent sleepovers around some friends' houses. It was really fun. We ended up having a movie night at my one. We started with horror movies. We were going to have a horror movie night. We watched Crimson Peak, which wasn't really horror. It was just really, it was weird. It's a weird film. That's all I can say. It's a weird film. I kept expecting stuff to happen that would have made sense, and then they didn't happen. I was like, oh, okay. And then we also watched Us, which is a movie I've been meaning to watch for ages because everyone raves about it. It was really good. Like, it was horrible to watch because it was like one of those like really twisted psychological stories that really messes with your head, but like, it was good. I could watch it again. I feel like I'm like that with horror movies. I'm not a good horror movie person. I like knowing what's gonna happen next. I don't like being made jump, and obviously in horror movies, like, the unexpected is usually something not very nice. So usually watching a horror movie the first time is really difficult because I'm just sat there behind my hands with my fingers in my ears, not wanting to know what's going on. But the second time I go in watching it, I'm much more like able to enjoy the story, and it was a really good story. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, trippy AF. It's like messed with my head a lot. I'm gonna be scared of my reflection for a really long time. And then we couldn't decide what to watch next, so we ended up watching Shrek the Third because we couldn't decide. We decided to put that on until we did decide, and we never decided on anything else, so we watched Shrek the Third. Good movie, can't go wrong. Not my favourite in the Shrek franchise. I will say it. I'm putting it out there. Not the best Shrek movie. Controversial to some, I've learnt. First one's the best one. Yeah, and then we passed out. I think I managed to fall asleep by about 3. I think Chris was the same. We were messaging each other just before we fell asleep. Woke up at about 9 this morning. So not too bad in terms of sleep, considering. And then got up. My friend's boyfriend very kindly made us muffins for breakfast blossom. And then we ended up watching H2O this morning, the TV show, because it's on Netflix. Do you remember that show? It's a really weird show. Like, I feel like when I watched it growing up, which I didn't do very often because it was on it was on a channel that we didn't have, so whenever I watched it around a friend's house. Because, you know, all girls go through like a mermaid phase. And it was like, whenever we watched it, I was always like so invested. I think it's because when you're little, you just think teenage life is just like full of that kind of drama. Obviously not mermaids, but like that kind of life. And then you watch it as an adult and you're like, being a teenager is nothing like this. There are some really cheesy moments. It was funny though. The theme song's catchy. Mermaids are cool. It's a cool concept still. I like it. So we were watching that this morning. When I came back, I managed to get the video edited just in time, and then Chris came home. He surprised me. He said he was going to be home much later, and then he showed up early, which is very nice. We just had a Subway for lunch. I kind of had cereal when I got back, and then I was still hungry. So we got a Subway. My room now smells like onions. Yeah. Hi Chris.
Yeah.
How was your night last night?
Yeah, it was a good night.
Yeah, it was a good night. Nice haircut as well. Sporting Ferrari.
I mean, I shouldn't really be wearing this shirt today.
No, you shouldn't. Today of all days, Chris.
Yeah, I know.
You're
Dad come up in a second and tell me off.
Exactly. Oh, hello. I was just about to vlog you outside. Have you come back in now? Did you just go outside for a play? When I came back, she was asleep in my sister's room, and I went in to like give her a snuggle, and she was so cute. She wanted to like get up and give me loads of attention, but she could barely open her eyes. She was so tired. It was so cute. You're the cutest. She's smelling your bag. What have you got in there? What's he put in that bag? You know, scratch some fleas in there. That's a girl.
Market territory.
But yeah, It's been a very slow-paced day because, you know, we went to sleep crazy late, which me and Chris aren't used to doing, and honestly it wasn't a phenomenal sleep. Horror movies make it very difficult for you to feel comfortable in a dark, unfamiliar room.
What horror film did you watch?
We watched...
Shrek.
We did watch Shrek. It's not a horror movie we watched. We watched Crimson Peak, which wasn't really a horror movie. It was just kind of messed up and weird. And then we watched Us, which is the one that came out like 2 years ago that everyone raved about.
What's it about?
It's about a woman who, when she's a child, accidentally finds a person who is completely identical to her. And she's like traumatized by this event because she's like a psychotic evil twin essentially. And then she comes back with her own family as an adult and they show up at her house and it turns out everyone has like an evil psychotic twin who's out to kill them. It's just real fucked up. It's really good though. You would have liked it. It's a good story. But anyway, tonight it is the Euro finals. Neither me and Chris are overly interested, well I'm especially not, I'm not interested in football at all. And Chris isn't overly interested in football, but I think we are going to end up watching it this evening. I think it'll depend on how late it goes on for, because if it goes on as late as the game on Wednesday, I don't think I want to make it.
Yeah, it's been a rough.
I'm just sleepy, you know? Big deal, first time England's been in the final since the 60s. People are pretty excited for that reason. I don't really care either way. But that's why Chris is bad for wearing a Ferrari shirt, because we're playing against Italy and Ferrari is an Italian brand. We're all judging you.
Good.
I'm just hoping the football mania ends today. Oh, but the thing is if we win, it's like I want us to win for the sake of like we haven't won since the 60s, so it'd be pretty cool to win in our lifetime because chances are we won't win again anytime soon. But like, I cannot deal with football fans, English football fans.
Yeah.
They suck so much.
Apparently England got fined so much for...
Well, they would do. They boo the other team singing the national anthem every time. And I'm just sat there like, this is the worst sportsmanship I've ever seen in my life. Like, the players are obviously really respectful. It's the fans. They're terrible. I kind of want Italy to win because I hate them. And that's why I'm conflicted. Because I want England to win because obviously I'm from England and we haven't won in a very long time and it would be nice to see that happen, you know, as an underdog essentially. But I also hate English football fans. Our team is great. The fans are not. So yeah, I'll be happy either way, to be honest. Yeah, this is a super long clip because I'm updating you on everything that's happened this morning and what the rest of our day is going to be. Because it's 3:30. Like, we're not going to be getting up to much else today. We're passed out in bed. Just had a Subway in the middle of the afternoon. We're just watching TV until we're summoned to do something else because we don't have the energy. And that's Sunday. Right, I'm gonna put the camera down now because I'm so tired. Oh, have I got in the way? I'm so sorry. I was trying to snuggle up to you. Okay, there you go. You can have your blankie back. Good evening, everyone. Am I a bit zoomed in? I'm not. Good evening, everyone. It's later. I don't know when the football starts. I think in half an hour. We've just been called down for dinner. I am exhausted. It's been an afternoon of fighting off falling asleep. I very nearly fell asleep. I was cuddling this swan who has been very cuddly this afternoon, and I've been watching like organisation videos, like the really satisfying ones on Instagram. Just mindlessly scrolling through those, which really didn't help with the exhaustion because it just kind of soothed me to sleep. But I was like, oh, this is so nice. Had to wake myself up a bit by getting up and walking about. Had a mini oven fire. That was fun. I don't know what happened, but like apparently the fat of the burgers set alight while in the oven. It was fine, but my sister immediately decided to call Chris downstairs because Chris was a volunteer firefighter over the pandemic last year and was like, you know how to put it out? And Chris was like, that wasn't the kind of jobs I was doing. It was funny. Made me chuckle. Anyway, yeah. Dinner time. Gonna watch the football. Probably won't stay up to watch the entire thing. I don't know. I don't really want to, but I feel like I'm going to feel like obliged to stay down. It's too late. I want to go to bed now. Did Italy go as well? That's nice.
Shouldn't be doing it, mate.
They're off. They're off.
Goody. Do you mind? I'm trying to end the vlog here. Come here. You're gonna be noisy. Good evening, everybody. It is very, very late, and unfortunately, it is not coming home. I mean, like, it was so 50-50. It took going to penalties for it to decide, and even then it was very close. But penalties are not England's forte. It was very stressful to watch. But you know, like I said this morning, it was kind of, I don't really mind either way. If we win, that's great because we're the underdogs. But if Italy win, it humbles some particularly aggressive England fans. Oh, I am absolutely shattered. It's coming up to, oh god, don't be scared. It is coming up to 11:30 and me and Chris are absolutely shattered. We were both up till at least 3 in the morning, I think probably just gone through. I think Chris woke up at his normal incredibly early time. And even though I did manage to sleep in till about 9ish, it wasn't like good sleep. So I'm feeling it really hard now. Huh? How are you feeling? Yeah. So we are going to pass out because it's so late. I'm not a football fan, so I'm not going to pretend to give loads of insight, but you know, we did good. And knowing English arrogance, we're gonna keep up the It's coming home for the World Cup next year and the Euros in 3 odd years time or whatever. Yeah, it's really warm all of a sudden as well. Very late night. We're going the frick to sleep. It's bedtime, isn't it, Bumba? Yeah, it's bedtime. All in all, decent day. It is now pouring with rain outside, and we are going to lull ourselves to sleep with the soft sound of the rain. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's in a nice bush. Colouring.